There's a roll call that needs to be made. We got a problem. Some people are devastating our people. You know who it is. It's Truth Walker telling you that you got an option. You don't have to go about addressing your problems the same way. Those days are over. We don't have to accept being treated like the bottom of somebody's shoe. There's something that needs to be done and done now. Let me give you some background. Obviously, a genocide is taking place, but this time it's really just straight in your face. And nobody's doing anything. Our brothers down there in Birmingham, Alabama, around the 35th Avenue area, oh my goodness. Hear me on this one. In 2011, the Environmental Protection Agency found elevated levels of arsenic, lead, carcinogenic hydrocarbons around the 35th Avenue in northern Birmingham, Alabama. And that's one of our neighborhoods. And this is the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA. And they established the neighborhood as a Superfund site. That means, hold it. We did some research. We got arsenic here. We got lead. We got carcinogenic hydrocarbons here at elevated levels. What does that mean? That means that we have things that cause heart disease. This stuff in the ground, in the soil, in the water, in the air, lung cancer, bladder cancer, skin cancer. The lead is high blood pressure, neurobehavior effects. Well, what's that? Cognitive decline in your mental capacity. It gives you dementia. It gives you neuropsychiatric disorders. You can't even concentrate for long periods of time. That's what's going on. Depression, post-traumatic stress disorder. It even makes you suicidal. I can't take it anymore. Why are you feeling this way? The carcinogenic hydrocarbons causes long-term, skin cancer, bladder cancer, all kinds of cancer. They got this stuff in the soil here. Nobody's even arguing. It's you caught us. So you got it in the soil. So here's the deal. The Environmental and Natural Resources Division is responsible for enforcing the compliance with federal environmental laws. So what's the point? Well, you got a coal lobbyist turned Environmental and Natural Resources Division acting Assistant Attorney General. His name is Jeffrey Wood. He needs to be called to the carpet. Not just Jeffrey Wood. I'm going to pause on Jeffrey. I'm coming back, Jethro. But let's line them up. I don't care. Line them all up. Here we go. Oliver Robinson to the carpet. Get your pens out, y'all, so y'all can do your research. Oliver Robinson, come on. Balch and Bingham, the law firm. Come on with your boys Joe Gilbert and Stephen McKinney doing the dirty work. Come on in. The Alabama Power Company, which your parent company is Southern Company, and boy, they doing damage, in my opinion, that is just incredibly, that devastates people that look like you and me, the copper-colored races. Good gosh. Line them up. Is that everybody truth? Nope. Luther Strange. Come on out, Luther. You're the next contestant, or make it right. God dang it, I'm tired, man. So you got all of this crap in our communities, in this community, in the 35th Avenue community in North Birmingham, Alabama. You have this stuff that you created from your power company, your power producing company, your coal producing company, your steel producing company, the Drummond enterprise that you created. And then when it comes down on you to clean it up or to be listed as a category where you know you created it, where you even acknowledge you created it, you say, I wasn't the only one. So I don't want to be, you got to, it's other people that did it too. In the interim, the Asiatic people, same thing as the copper-colored people, same thing as the so-called blacks, the so-called African Americans. We've been tricked so bad. That's another show. Our people are suffering. So everybody's pointing. Right hand pointing left, left hand pointing right. Which way did he go? And nobody doing nothing. While our people are inhaling, taking in, engaging this poison. So they wanted to do some more testing in the other neighborhood about a mile up the road there, and they wanted to do more EPA testing. But my boy Oliver Robinson, he said, man, we don't need to do none of that in the Tarrant community. They want to come here, and you know, if the EPA come here, it's going to lower the property value. Okay, let me back up. Guys, the point is this, on the business side. It's saying if you get labeled as the, on this national priorities list, you're responsible for cleaning up this mess that you helped put there. And everybody wants to avoid. Nope, I'm not donating millions of dollars to clean this mess up that I did. Nope, I'm not doing it. So now we're suing the EPA. I never, look, in 2014, the then Alabama Attorney General Luther Strange argued that the state wouldn't provide any funding for the cleanup in 2015. Drummond and Bosch and Bingham sued the EPA. What are you suing for? Well, it's not just me, but somebody got to clean this mess up, and you know you contributed to it. Get to cleaning it up. So here we go. Turns out that our good friend Oliver Robinson, they did some investigating, some big time investigating, and the charismatic basketball player, the 58th district congressman, who stands up for the community purportedly, standing up for the copper-colored people. I'm praying for you. All of this crap. And this brother confessed to taking a goddamn payout. And I mean a monster payout. After they started a campaign to tell people to don't let the EPA come in and test because it's going to lower your property value. And for that Tarrant community, it's 60% copper-colored people, 30-some% European, Anglo-Saxon, Roman, whatever you want to call them, and then you got your other pieces. But that's roughly what it is. But they didn't get that testing done in that area at all. So much so, Robinson turns out that he confessed to taking bribes, and in so doing, implicated Wood. Jeffrey Wood. Did you know Jeffrey? The acting assistant attorney general entrusted with protecting the environment in this scandal? So just to be clear, the coal lobbyist turned environmental and natural resource division acting assistant attorney general Jeffrey Wood needs to be called out. Why? Because Jeffrey Wood holding this position is like Strom Thurmond and George Wallace co-chairing a reparations committee for the so-called blacks. Let's get them their money back. Those poor enslaved folks. You want Strom Thurmond and George Wallace to be in charge of that? It's like the fox guarding the hen house. Because he worked as a lobbyist for these big-time power companies. And now he's in charge of policing them? Really? Let me tell you. So Drummond and Bosch, they ultimately sued, and Luther Strange argued that that's right, we're not going to do anything about it. We're not paying anything. Let me tell you what else Luther Strange did. Oh, listen. And he was the former Alabama Attorney General, U.S. Senator Luther Strange. Man, it turns out that Drummond gave Luther $25,000 in campaign funds. After receiving that 25 G's, what did Luther do? Luther got on his computer somewhere from his office, let me be clear, and they sent a letter to the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, saying that you calling the national, putting these people on the national priority list, making them pay for this stuff, is premature and futile. Turns out he copied the lawyers from Balch and Bingham. He copied them and let them see. Did I do your bidding? Yeah. You doing the bidding, but the lawyers are doing the bidding. Who the lawyers doing the bidding for? Oliver Robinson is doing the bidding. We got gargoyles and evils. Who's the vampire? Who's the vampire? Stay with me. So what does Oliver Robinson do? Good old Oliver Robinson, bless his soul. He takes $134,000 for his private non-for-profit group, and then another $30,000. And they're telling me, the conspiracy for bribery. He pleaded guilty for conspiracy for bribery, fraud, using his non-profit funnel of this is the root, the document I'm referencing, $134,000 payment from Bosch and Bingham, and then another $30,000 for the Alabama Power Company. A subsidiary of Wahoo Southern Company. I believe that's our vampire. One of the largest and most politically powerful coal-dependent utility groups, and Bosch and Bingham's biggest client. Dude, they selling their souls. Forget 30 pieces of silver. These boys are off the chain. Well, you don't understand business. You're against capitalism. Yo, you can't kill people in the name of capitalism. Not like that. You can't commit genocide to make a buck. No. You're a liberal. Guess what? I'm a conservative. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Man, I can't believe that went down. So let me just give you the rest of this real quick. Turns out that Oliver Robinson's going to EPA meetings, recording the EPA meetings and bringing back the recorded tapes of the meetings to Bach and Bingham's firm. And he's Bach and Bingham's representatives, Joel Gilbert and Steve McKinney. They're writing up. Here's what you want to do. Say it this way. And this brother is just rubber stamping. And like I said before, everybody kneeling certainly ain't praying. Selling his soul. My goodness, man. We are a people that's got to change our perspective. Enough is enough. Do you understand the significance of arsenic? Do you understand the ugliness of lead? Do you understand what the carcinogenic hydrocarbons do to us or anybody? And they're dumping in our community, right on top of where your children are, where the family is. What are we doing? Man, I'm so frustrated. I just want to tell y'all, look, please don't do the same thing. Please change the way you go about doing your deal. Don't pick up no damn sign and go marching around. We got to stand up and do something. We got to change the plan to something that they can feel. Giving you something you can feel. You got options. Oh, you got options. Great day in the morning. This is Truth Walker. Stand tall, stand up, and fight for your rights, your inalienable rights, your unalienable rights. Peace. There's a roll call that needs to be made. We got a problem. Some people are devastating our people. You know who it is. It's Truth Walker telling you that you got an option.